Notice as you rest now here in your anatomically neutral position, does the chin pull away from the chest? If so, I invite you to slide a blanket under your head so that the muscles of the neck can relax. You may take it out at any point, but when these muscles are tight, and because I think a lot of us, we are kind of like this on the computers, the muscles in the back of the head or back of the neck begins to shorten, and that can lead to a lot of neck and shoulder issues. Now I invite you to bend up your knees. So bending up your knees, and we're just going to start with a little bit of breathing today. The session, as I wrote this week, it's really, well, it addresses irritation, anger. I'm going to go as far as to say rage is part of that continuum too, but you all looking pretty calm right now. But it's all that continuum, and there's so much energy just swirling and twirling around. And as we all have to continuous to change our plans and change our attachment to how or what we want things to go, as it is a moving target. How do we stay calm and centered and grounding amidst all of that? So just place your hands on your lower belly. And as you breathe in and out, does the belly move? Or does it seem a bit stuck where it's more chest breathing? When we are anxious or upset, angry, we tend to breathe in a shallow way, not using the diaphragm. So everything gets even more fired up by the shallow breath that stimulates the secretions of adrenaline and norepinephrine, cortisol, some of the stress hormones. So that's throwing gasoline on a fire that's already burning. So to quench this fire, we begin to instead breathe in and out of the belly. So I invite you just beginning to deepen the breath. Feel the belly rise on the in-breath and relax down towards the spine on the out-breath. With gentle effort, but no strain. So you're not pushing. But just beginning to give the diaphragm, the main muscle of breathing, a little workout. It contracts. When we breathe in, when the belly expands, it's a contraction of the diaphragm that facilitates the bulging of the belly as everything is compressed, making room for more breath in the lungs. Gentle and easy. On the next exhalation, exhale with the mouth open for a sound, a big sigh, but more forceful. As if you're blowing a candle out with an open mouth. Notice how that forceful out breath contracts the lower abdomen. We're going to make it a little bit faster, and I invite you to do it with the mouth closed as opposed to the mouth open if it's available. Now, if you've had recent abdominal surgery or if you have a hernia, I do not recommend that you do the more forceful exhalation. You'll just continue to do the more gentle. But as we begin to make it more forceful, we make it into the Kapalatic breathing practice. As if you are sneezing or coughing. That really helps beginning to work all these the tense area of the belly. Again, when we are irritated or angry, we tend to tense up here. So let's do about another 6 sharp exhalations. And then just let your breath return to neutral. On the next in-breath, let's arch the low back, contract the low back, and then exhale, floating back to neutral. Take a full breath in and out. And again, arch. Low back contracts, facilitating the arch. It's a gentle back bend. And exhale, floating back to neutral. Full breath in and out. And we're going to repeat one more time. Contract the low back, squeeze the muscles so all the vertebrae moves a little tighter together. And then as slowly as you can, release back to neutral. Now take a breath in for nothing and exhale. Now flatten the low back, hollow out the belly. And then let that release. Take another breath in. Exhale, flatten the low back. Pull the belly in and up. Cinch the drawstring as tight as you can. And then let it go. Let's do that one more time. Breath in for nothing. And exhale, flatten again. Pull the abdomen in and up. So you're contracting everything between the pubic bone and the belly button. And then we let go. That's Uddiyana Bandha. We'll combine these two now. So as you inhale, contract the muscles on the low back. Belly expands. And then exhale, flattening. Draw the abdomen in and up, Uddiyana Bandha. Let the pelvic floor drop as well as Mula Bandha. And exhale, slowly release. Take a full breath in and out. And we're going to repeat. Inhaling next, you will arch again. And exhale. Back to neutral. Here you take a breath in for nothing. And release. Now, sorry, flatten. That's what I meant to say. But you guys are pros. Contract, contract, contract. And let go. If you have a head blanket, I invite you now to move it out of the way. Take the legs long, and if taking it out of the way is really irritating for your neck, well, then you put it back again. So you are in the driver's seat. Let's inhale, take the arms up overhead, Reach up through the heels. Arms overhead, reach up through the heels. So consolidate, draw the tailbone towards the heels. But the abdomen still goes in and up, palms facing each other. And then exhale, let's hug both knees in. And inhale, stretch back out. Hugging both knees in again. And stretch back out. Let's do that one more time. Hugging both knees in. This time, hold the knees in, but take the arms out to the sides. Palms facing up. Now, pivoting your hips or your knees point up to the right elbow. So this is a visit from last week again. And then inhale, pull your knees to the right elbow. And exhale, back to center. Switch the pivot. And inhale to the left. Keep the knees tight together. Keep the opposite shoulder down, so don't go so far that that shoulder pops up. Moving at a pace that's comfortable for you. Inhale, pull the knees to the side. And exhale, return back. Keep the knees pressing together. You super glued them together. A little rotation that also helps release the tension that often gets stuck around the spine. The psoas responds to emotional distress. It tightens. Let's do one more time to each side. Unless you've had your fill. Bring the feet down. Take the hands down alongside the hips. Grab onto your mat with your hands and walk the feet in as tight as is comfortable for you, with the feet hip width apart. So the ankles are under the knees. And then inhale, let's press up into bridge. And exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, we press up again. Lifting up into bridge. And exhale, lowering down. Now this is our keeper. Inhale, lifting up into bridge. Roll the shoulders under. And here you may be able to take the hands together, or just keep the hands on the edges of the mat. Lift the hips, Elbows are straight, shoulders pressing down, but don't over flatten the neck. And let's lift the heels as high as we can, maybe get a little bit more height. Have the glutes really turn on. Keep that as you bring the heels back down. Find the balance between grounding shoulders, arms, and feet with the lifting of the hips, lifting off the hips. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And slowly release down, release the arms, coming all of the way down. As you come down, pause and breathe, pausing and breathing. Let the muscles release that you just engaged. Everything cools. That means we're ready for the hamstrings. So now take your strap and then make a little loop. And when I say little, I mean little. Just big enough where you can slip your foot into the little loop. And without a strap, Bill, what do you got? You got a belt. You'll come onto your back. The knees will be bent up. So I just have this little loop here. The knees will be bent up. We're going to use this today for our hamstring stretch. So on your back, take your right foot into your itty bitty little loop. So my buckle is almost all the way up. And then both hands are holding the strap. Now slide your hands all the way back. So I have an 8-foot strap, so I can get my arms all the way overhead and onto the floor, but just take your hands as far back as they will. And Wilt, straighten your knee. Bill, straighten your knee. Yeah. And now here, as you inhale, let your right heel come to the floor. I'll just pull the arms back out with it. Right heel comes to the floor. And inhale, back over again, back and forth. Back and forth, a little seesaw. And the arms just follows along. Keep the knees straight as best as you can. Keep the right knee straight. And then we'll keep the knee up. Keep the knee to the sky. Reaching up through the toe mounds, reaching up through the heel. And then maybe straighten the left leg. It'll take your right knee down a little bit, but it's better to keep the left knee bent and the right leg straight. So the leg is up as high as it can come. Take the knee up as high as it can go. So now we're holding it in a passive hamstring stretch. Steady breath, steady pose. With each exhalation, contract the quadricep, contract the quadricep. Getting a little bit more length. We keep drawing the outer right hip down. Outer right hip draws down. Now take your right hand up as high on the strap as you can reach, so as close to the foot. Take the strap behind the neck, and then slide your left hand down as long as it will go. So it may not straighten up completely, but we're holding onto the strap with both hands. Take a breath in and exhale. Let's take the right leg out to the side. Right leg goes to the side. So you're holding the strap with the right hand and maybe with the left on the tail so that both hands are involved. Left hand holds the end of the tail. Jeannie, can you see me? Yes. Like so. One more breath. And inhale, drawing all the way back up. Now, take your left hand to the strap. You can take it out from under the neck and take your right hand to the outer right hip. Right hand to the outer right hip. So the right foot still has the loop on it. Left hand is holding the strap. And then invite your right foot to 6 inches across the center line. But keep inviting it to go further, but say the foot is going to go, nope, not going to go any further, not going to go any further. So there's a little tug of war, not a big hairy event, but the hand keeps inviting the foot further and the foot says, no, I'm only allowed to go 6 inches across. One more breath. Outer hip keeps drawing down, 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 down. And inhale, back up. And let's unhook the right foot and release the foot down. Straighten out both legs. And just notice right side, left side. Is there a difference? Jeannie, are you asking a question? You good? Bend up both knees and let's put our little loop on the left. Slide the hands back as far as they will go again. And we're ready for the seesaw. Keep the knees straight. As you inhale, take the heel to the floor and back up again. Just moving with your breath back and forth. Back and forth. So hip flexibility, shoulder mobility. And the benefit of working on our backs is that we take gravity out of the equation. So the postural muscles that can get really tight and restricted can now take a break. Now here, let's hold the leg up, and stretch the arms back as far as it'll go comfortably. And that may be the floor, not quite. Just keep your left knee straight. Left knee straight. So you can use the leverage here of the arms overhead to facilitate that. So elbows are straight, knees are straight. Each exhalation, contract the left quadricep. And now if the leg is almost perpendicular, then straighten out your right leg. Oh, Wilt, you're getting so close. Extending up. A little tug of war so you feel the muscles are contracting. And we use that to lengthen them. Now let's slide the left hand as close to the left foot as we can. And then take the strap behind the neck, but hold on to the tail with your right hand. Take a deep breath in and release your left leg out to the left side. Left leg goes to the left. Lengthening the inseam. Big toe mount, inner heel reaches away from the inner groins. Left outer hip reaches down towards the floor. And inhale, let's come all the way up. And let's take the strap into the right hand. Move the strap out from under the neck and then take your left thumb to the left hip crease. Take the outer hip down, outer left hip down towards the right foot. Draw the foot 6 inches across, just 6 inches across for that sticky business of the iliotibia, the outer hip. And again, a little tug of war. Hand invites it to go beyond the 6 inches and the foot's like, nope, I'm gonna stay right here at the approved 6 inches. Breathe. Breathe. And inhale back to center. Release the left foot from the strap and take the arms overhead, full body stretch. Reach out through the heel, reach out through the hands. And let's hug the knees in again, hugging the knees in. Take the hands behind the knees. Now, if you have a back day, I invite you to roll over onto one side and sit up. But if your back is feeling just 50, thank you. Let's begin and roll back and forth, massaging the entire length of the spine. Tailbone to the top, to the head, top of the shoulders. And let's stay up and come into Dandasana, seated staff pose. You'll take your strap again for bridge pose, not bridge pose, sorry, Navasana, I don't know why I said bridge. Pull the knees in, but strap the feet. Lifting the chest, lift the chest, lift the chest. So using the strap, you can slide your right leg out, and you can straighten it towards the sky. We still have leverage. As much as the hamstring will allow, keep lifting the heart, lift the heart, lift the heart. I'm just gonna tuck it right back into the strap. I'm gonna take a little ride with the left. Reaching up, lift the heart, lift the heart. So there's a sweet spot. Take the hands down. Now you can also hold behind the knees. That may just be easier. Let's do this variation too. So hold behind the knees. So you're leaning back. And here you can do the one leg too. Lifting up. A little less restricting. So one-legged boat pose, maybe both legs. This time we'll just keep the shins parallel to the ground, and you can absolutely keep one foot down. So now we are asking both the hip flexors and the lower abdomen to keep us afloat. But be where it is comfortable, be where it is comfortable. Too much of a good thing is not a good thing. Take the heels down. Gus is seeing somebody. And now take the straps again. So another variation. I'm just going to rock back, sitting tall. And then straightening the knees as much as they will straighten. So that may be here. If you roll too far, or if you come too far back, you'll roll. So that was too far back. Now here, to make it really juicy, you can let go of the strap and be in the full pose. But that's little hot. Let's bring the feet down and come on to all fours, tabletop. Cat and cow again. As you exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Moving the spine into flexion and extension. And let's add the side. So wag the tail. Swing the hips from side to side. Move shoulder and hip towards one another on one side. So I have no idea why my dog is getting all excited out there. Gus, he must be visiting with somebody. Now let's come back to neutral. Tuck the toes under and visit with puppy pose. When in doubt, puppy pose is a good place to be. Pull the hips back. And we're going to round up, coming through a cat pose, into our tall cobra. Once the shoulders are over the wrist, reverse, coming into spinal extension. And exhale, back to puppy. Inhale, rounding up. And then move into a back bend. And exhale, stretch back to puppy. Get as long here as you can. Maybe walk the hands slightly further forward. I'm going to have just a peek. Keep moving, rounding up. Moving into the back bend, opening the front body, and exhaling back to puppy pose. Next time you draw back, let's draw back to downward facing dog. If puppy pose is your happier place today, then you'll draw back to puppy pose again. So as you either pause in downward facing dog or puppy, draw the tops of the thighs back, spread the shoulder blades, and bring the belly button towards the spine. So this is all about spinal traction, creating length. Decompress. Let's look up on the in-breath, and as you exhale, walk or step the feet to the hands, hands to the feet, and then inhale, looking up, flatten the spine. We'll take the hands to the hips, and we'll come all the way up. We made it into standing. We're going to repeat tall mountain. Take the hands by the sides, and then inhale all the way up, tall mountain, reaching up. So we just did this on our backs. Now use that information as you reach up from the side, waist through up through the ribs. Tall, 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 but keep grounding, grounding firmly down through the feet, firmly down through the feet. And then exhale, take the hands down, interlace the hands behind your back. Roll the shoulders up and down the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you straighten the elbows. And let the chin go down towards the chest. Lift the arms, lift the arms, lift the arms. Reach, 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 reach. And then release the arms. And inhale, let's come back into tall mountain, reaching up. While grounding firmly through the heels, grounding firmly through the heels. So there's a gentle lift of the lower abdomen as you draw the tailbone towards the heels, tailbone towards the heels. One more breath. And exhale, take the hands down. Now you're going to take your strap again. This is a therapeutic movement, but it is so valuable. I'm getting a lot of complaints of neck tension, and I know that is probably from compression, and that compression is caused because the traps are super tight. So we're going to spend a little bit of time releasing the traps, because when they're all the way up around the ears, well, we screwed. So now first, it's a simple somatic movement you can do anytime through the day. You'll simply pull the shoulders up to the ears, and you look like a little turtle. And now I'll count to 20. So squeeze the shoulders up with all your might. I'm going to count to 20 as you take them down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, still going down, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So as we work through the day, especially if we're on a computer, we tense and they get stuck up there. So give yourself a little neck break. The other neck break that we want to take here, gets a little bit more interesting. You'll take your buckle and you'll hold your buckle in your right hand. So I'm going to mirror you. I have made a loop now that's bigger, but we will adjust it a little bit. And my tail is hanging down on the front. And if I'm putting on a sweater, I'm going to take my left arm in through the buckle or into the loop, slide it over the head. And so now I'm wearing a sash. I'm still holding the buckle with my right hand. I'm going to take my left hand to the loop that I created. And I'm using the heel of the hand. And I want my elbow a little bit bent, just a little bit bent. Place the strap right up at the top where we're getting at the meaty part of the trapezius muscle, the meaty part of the trapezial muscle. So we'll do 2 movements here. First, straight on, and then we'll do a rotation. So right now I ask you just to turn your head from side to side. Just notice how your neck is feeling right now. How much rotation do you have? And I think we're ready to go to work. Take a breath in Exhale, press down on the strap and pull forward and let go. Move back, breathe in. Exhale, pull down on the strap and hand moves forward. So that helps the trap release back down the back. And one more time. Exhale, down and forward. Now, we'll do the rotation part. Same action in the hand. Just watch for 1 second. I move down and forward, and then I'll turn and look over my left shoulder. So away from the strap. Ready. Exhale, down, hand forward, and then turn the head to the left. And let go. Back to neutral. Down, forward, turn the head, look over the left shoulder, and let go. So don't hold this. I know it feels kind of good. You don't want to hold this in a static stretch. Go in and out. Down, hand forward, turn, and let go. All right, we're ready to do the other side. So take the look over the head. Switch so the buckle is now on your left hand. Put it on through the right arm, over the head. Boom, here we are. Strap is right here, buckle is holding down. I'm gonna measure. It got a little longer as I was working. So I shorten it up a little bit, and all I do is just pull on the strap, and then I place it again right at the corner, if you will, between shoulder and neck. And that way I really target the trapezius. All right, straight ahead first. Breathe in and down, pull down and forward and let go. Breathe in and exhale, down and forward and let go. I'll turn from the side, you can see me better. One more time. Down, forward, and let go. And we're ready for the rotation of the neck. I'm shortening it a little bit. Exhale, pull down, and then turn, look over your right shoulder, and let go. Press down, arm forward, turn, look over the right shoulder, and let go. One more time. Pull down, forward, and turn, and let go. Let's take the strap off. Done with that for right now. And just turn your head. Did anything change? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. We are preparing for side angle pose. So for this one here, you can use blocks if you'd like for a little deeper, or you will use your knee or forearm. So no blocks needed, but let us stand centered on the mat, face the long side of the mat. Tadasana, legs together, everything consolidate. Grounding through the feet, lengthening up through the sternum and the crown of the head. Fingertips together, so Iyengar style, and inhale, step or jump. Feet wide apart. Let's turn right foot in, 10 to 15 degrees. Left leg out, 90 degrees. Take a breath in and exhale. Warrior two first. Warrior two. And just check that your front knee is over the ankle. That's the happiest place for this to be. I spent part of my morning watching a knee replacement surgery. Whew, I was a little gruesome. I'm glad I wasn't eating breakfast at that time. So how we place our knees, how we use our knees are crucial. Inhale, reach out over your right leg and either take your forearm to the inner thigh or to the block on the outside of the foot. Reach the arm overhead, overhead. Now, as you lengthen, keep that side line long, 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 long. Belly button moving towards the sky, heart moving towards the sky. And then keep the head lifted. Don't drop the head. Well, lift your head a little bit. So the head doesn't have to turn, but keep it well aligned with the neck, with the neck. Powerful muscles in the legs, in the legs. Squeeze, breathe, being present. And inhale all the way up. Turn the feet the opposite direction. Arms out to the sides. Exhale, bend your right knee. Bend the knee. So warrior two, sitting down right in the middle. Not leaning forward, not leaning back. Now we are ready to extend Utthita. Reach out over. And again, either take the forearm to the inner thigh or use your block. Front knee over the ankle. Arm overhead. Straight line. So right now, your left side of the body is in tall mountain. Where we've been several times today. Roll the belly button towards the sky. Is the front knee over the ankle? The bent knee over the ankle? Breathe, 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 breathe. Powerful pose. Powerful pose. And inhale all the way up. Take the hands to the hips. And then toe heel a wee bit, a couple of times. We're going to turn this into a lunge. So turn your right foot in all the way. Turn the left leg out all the way. Come all the way around. So lift the back heel up. Take the arms to the sky. Bend the front knee. So we're in a high lunge. Bring the palms together at heart center. And then hook your right elbow over the left knee or the right hand to the outer left knee. So whichever is available. Twisting, twisting, twisting. So you can use your hand, one across the knee, one on the hip, and create a twisting here. Little steadier. Breathing, back leg long and strong, long and strong. Straighten the knee, straighten the knee, straighten the knee. And exhale, back to center. Take the arms back to the sky. And come all the way back through center. Spin the feet back. Let's take the hands back to the hips. And then out of the way as we begin the dance to the other side. Take the dance to the other side. Bend the knee, let the back heel come up. And we'll again take the arms to the sky. Bring the palms together at heart center and twist. Hook the elbow over the knee or the opposite hand to the knee. So again, the knee is over the ankle, front knee over the ankle. Keep the back leg super powerful. Yes, Bill, you got it. So you're just reaching across and the front foot hand is just on the hip, facilitating the twist, facilitating the twist. Breathing, reaching, powerful back leg, straighten the knee, straighten the knee, straighten the knee. And unwind from the twist. Come back through center, take the arms to the sky once more. And now, let's take the hands down and we'll step back to downward facing dog. Stepping back to downward facing dog or puppy pose. Let the head hang. Let the head hang completely suspended. Pull back through the hips. So the thighs engages as you lengthen the spine. Yes, good adjustment. And take the knees down and rest in wide knee child's pose. Wide knee child's pose. Let the forehead rest on hands, a mat, or a block, blanket, just not dangling. Not dangling. Forward folds are very calming. And then let's push up and bring the legs out in front again. This time, I invite you to sit up on a blanket, maybe two. And for hamstrings that require a little help, let me aim my camera down so you can actually see my legs. Like so. Then we want to be able to ground. So you want to either use a rolled up blanket or a block. So first, straight spine. And then we tend to the hamstring. So Dandasana. Engage by pressing the legs down, lengthening up, lengthening up, lengthening up. And then let's bend the right knee in. Clasp the shin with your hands. We're going to use that to facilitate a little bit more lift upward. And then coat hanger with your left arm and right arm goes back. Fingertips or palm, body proportions are different for everybody. Now keep your right knee drawing towards the midline. Inhale, lift up through the front spine and exhale, twist to the right. Inhaling, we create lift, and exhale, we deepen the twist. Now don't be too aggressive with the hands. Use your muscles, your obliques, to pull you into the twist. Using the obliques to pull you deeper into the twist. That way, you're actually strengthening your bones. Inhale, let's do it one more time. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, use your muscles to deepen just a wee bit. Turn the head all the way back over your shoulder. And slowly release. Straighten the right leg. And travel through Dandasana. And let's bend the left knee. Both hands on the shin. Create height. Create height. Lengthening up through the front spine. Coat hanger. The knee, elbow or hand. Either one will work. Take your left hand back. Inhale, let's lift up a little bit more, and then exhale. Use again the muscles to dial you in. Your arm mostly corrals your left knee from traveling out. Pause as you inhale to create a little bit more lift, a little bit more lift. Exhale. Is there a little bit more twist to be had? Turn the head all the way back over your shoulder, all the way back. And then slowly, 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 we release back to neutral. Take the legs out in front. Hands back, Dandasana again. And now, we're getting to the good stuff. 1 or 2 blankets. Now you can use blocks for the first part for Viparita Karni. So have your blankets stacked so that your rounded edge. I am doing the hamburger fold. So from the wide blanket, I go sideways.
And 2 blankets will just allow me to get a little bit more height under. But a block will do too. So what I'm looking at, you unfold this. Yeah. Okay, that can work. That can work. Just make sure there are no, so now you have the approved fold there on the blue one. And then go that way. Yes, Jeannie, you got it the right way. And then one more time, Wilt. No, the other way. Yes, exactly. What I'm looking for is for Viparita Karni, the elevated legs. One of the awesome benefits with the elevation, when we get it right up under the ribs, that's the kidneys. So we are supporting our kidneys. The kidneys are the seat of fear. So all our different body parts have an emotion attached to them. Yes, the gallbladder is anger. That's where the bile comes from. How we turn green. Now here, you're gonna come onto your back, lift the hips and slide blankets. And I'm gonna bring them up so I get right up under my kidney area. Now I can use a block here too, but I'm gonna start here. So my low back is supported, my sacrum is supported, my tailbone is coming off just a wee bit. Now I may like to just stay here and do nothing else. Very relaxing. For Viparita Karni, we're going to bring the knees in and take the legs to the sky. So maintaining the back bend. And just do what you're doing. We'll bend the knees so that you can keep that rolling of the spine with a sense of the tailbone dropping towards the floor, so that we maintain a lifting and broadening of the chest, a lifting and broadening of the chest. So this pose is good for stress, anxiety, overwhelmedness. So Will, you may have the blankets up just a little too high. Are you on both? So take them down just a little bit. Yes, like that. So your belly is long. You can absolutely practice this pose with the legs up against the wall if you like to stay for long periods of time. It's a very restful pose, but if you want to practice it, great before you go to bed if the thoughts are just racing. Strap the legs so that you don't have any effort. But for today's purpose, make it a little bit more active. A mini shoulder stand. And then from here, let your legs drift over the head. Keep your back body connected to the blanket. The knees can bend. The knees can bend or straight. You'll catch your legs with your hands or your feet with your hands. And coming in as tight as you can, folding everything together. Let the back lengthen out. Now move the blankets down just a smidgen. As I now release the legs down for Shavasana. Extend the legs out. And as you place yourself on your support, just take a moment and assess that you are comfortable. Make any changes that would enhance your comfort so that there is no pee under the mattress, so to speak, or pebble in your shoe. As we settle in, we'll practice Nadi Shodhana, but without the hands. So breathing in through the right nostril. Breathing out through the left. Then breathe in through the left. And out through the, so you're imagining this. I know often we do it with our hands, but for today's purpose, it is imagination, yet you are creating a very specific effect by practicing in this way, shifting the awareness between the two halves of the brain. So breathing in on one side, breathing out on the other. Then breathing in on the side that you just exhale, and then switch. So each side starts with an out breath, then an in breath, then switch. Now let that awareness expand so that you breathe in, not just through the nostril, but let there be a sense of the entire side of your body is breathing in. And then exhale through the entire other side of your body. Toggling from side to side, exhaling on one side, inhaling on that side, and then exhale on the other side. And next time you exhale on your right side, inhale through both nostrils. So let everything merge together now. The whole body breathes in, and the whole body is breathing out. Letting the body surrender to gravity. Let the mind surrender to the breath.
Now gently begin to deepen your breath. Wiggling fingers and toes. Bend up your knees. Place the feet on the mat or hug them into your chest. And you'll rock from side to side. From here, roll all the way over onto one side. Support your head. And pause here for several breath cycles. Using your arms and hands to press up into a comfortable seated posture. Yoga means union. Union between all the parts that we are, the body, the breath, the mind, our heart space. But it's also union between what we are and everything else. And one of my favorite mantras to celebrate this union is Om Shanti, 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 Om. Please join me. Om Shanti, 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 Om. Exhale and bow your head towards your heart. May there be peace in our world, in our lives, and in our hearts. Let's draw the gaze back up. Namaste.